All right, I'll try out a new camera here. Hopefully it works a little better. Helps with the shaking a bit. We figured it out. I had a couple people comment. Took about 70,000 views on the last video to actually identify it, which is quite a bit more than what I anticipated, but I figured somebody to identify it in the first few hours. But what this is a Pacific H6, and they made them in the 1950s, and they were made by the Pacific Iron and Machine Company, not the Pacific Iron Works out of San Francisco, but the Pacific Iron and Machine was out of San Diego. And from what I understand, there's only been about 100 of these made, and I believe there's only about 6 or 7 of them that are left that are documented. And I don't know if there's anybody out there who's got more information on them. I'd love to find out some more info on it. The bed is definitely home built, but the disc system I have for it is original, and there is a serial number here. It is stamped M504. So I don't know what the serial number run is on that, what they start with, but there's only 100 of them made, and this might be a pretty early one. And I see some have PTOs on them. This one does not. It does not have a PTO. Some have a small hydraulic tank under the seat here to run a single ram for your implement. This one does not. This one doesn't have any of that stuff, so I'm wondering if this is an early one. Not sure. I also realized too, so bringing this thing up here, I had it parked down the hill here. I thought this was just a forward and reverse. Turns out that's actually a 3-speed gearbox. I had it in high gear coming up here, and I'm like, wow, it actually will go way faster than you really want to drive this thing. You put it in high gear. So I thought I had it in low, and apparently it was in high, and she gets up and goes pretty good. The tire, I ended up fixing the tire. I did kind of an okie repair here, but it works. I wanted to save this tire if I could. Look, I put some bolts in it there in the sidewall. What I did is I took another old tire and I cut the sidewall out of it, and I bolted it inside of that tire, and we put a tube in it because it's never going to see any real heavy use or anything, but I really wanted to salvage these tires. They just have such a neat tread pattern, and they're very unique to this thing, so sometimes that's what it takes, but I figured doing that, it's going to hold up probably better than anything else I could do to it without actually replacing this tire. So there's no other pattern that I could find that was even similar to that in those size tires available, so it would be just a straight standard traction lug if I put one on there, and I really don't want to do that. I'd like to keep the uniqueness of this thing. So yeah, when you drive this thing too, it's got these little steering brakes down here, and this is a Model A axle, and those, you can see those pedals are just little pieces of plate welded on the mechanical levers, so you're just pushing against the mechanical lever is all you're really doing to apply the brake, which is pretty simple. And but they makes it turn really easy. Like this does not steer all that easy when you're driving it, but if you apply a little brake on one side or the other, it really really helps it. And if you're cautious, you can take and apply the brake real light without even touching the wheel, and you can steer just by the brakes on it. But yeah, I got to be cautious that you give it a little too much, and she will jackknife real fast. So she's definitely a little squirrely to run, but this thing's it's definitely kind of fun. Got some different events coming up soon, so hopefully I can get it out and we'll take her runner in a parade or something, have some fun with her. And I got another little idea of an implement that I want to build for the back here, so hopefully we'll start on something for that. Might be kind of fun. Not so much of an implement, but another unit I can put on the back here. But get my daughter out here. She's gonna take it for a drive for us, and I'll do some filming.
Oh yeah.
Alright, climb on her now. Put your feet on the brakes so you don't roll away. There you go. She's in first gear. Remember, all you got to do is pull that back nice and easy. Turn sharp. Give it left brake real hard. There you go. Left brake real hard. Okay. Turn right. Give it a little brake left. Let go of the wheel. Give it a little brake, it definitely helps to steer. Shut her down. Throttle. Need to put a wire in this switch. Thank you.
Oh, I think I did a pretty good job.
You did a fine job. Thank you. Well, there it is. We'll definitely do some more with this little guy, but I wanted to give an update on what it was, what we found out about it. So I don't know if I'll end up restoring it or what. I kind of like how it sits right now. It has some decent patina and doesn't look too bad, but it has a lot of character. So we'll see what happens. I definitely need to fix this exhaust. It peeled over when we I tried to straighten it back out, and that's all it ended up doing. So I do need to do that. Maybe just put a whole new muffler on it. We'll see. And then my ugly patch job there. Not much for soldering, but it is holding. It's not leaking, so that's good. But very good. That's her. Thank you for watching, and catch you next time.